Hey everyone, I'm so excited to finally be sharing how I curl my hair with my flat iron. I detest curling irons. I cannot seem to get through curling my hair without burning my head, my hands, my arm, my neck, something. It's terrible. So about 2 years ago, I figured out how to use a flat iron, and it has been life-changing. It's really great for a few reasons. One, obviously I don't burn myself. Two, then I only need to take one hairstyling tool when I travel. And three, it just works really well and it's really comfortable for me to use. So here is my very easy technique for how I use a flat iron to curl my hair. First, I take my hair and I divide it into two sections. They're not exactly even, as you can see. And I have a lot of hair, so you may find that you can do this all in one section. Just play around with it a little bit. For the bottom section, I tend to divide my hair into 3 or 4 pieces. The bigger the curl that you want, then the more hair you want to include in each curl. Also, you want to hold the flat iron in one place for a little bit longer with the more hair that you have and for a tighter curl. If you want really tight curls, use less hair, more time. If you want bigger, looser curls or more of a wave look, then what you want to do is use bigger chunks of hair and then hold it for about the same amount of time, but not super long. You'll notice that I come into my hair from the top with my flat iron. For some reason, this just works better for me to avoid really tight curls than coming in from the bottom. A few tips. One, my hair is always blow dried whenever I use this technique. It doesn't have to be flat ironed or anything beforehand, but it needs to be decently straight and therefore much easier to work with. I also make sure that my hair has been brushed thoroughly. This makes it a lot easier to have smoother curls or waves coming off of your head. Once I finish both sides on the bottom half, then I let down the top half. You'll see that on this top section of hair, I actually like to use longer, thinner pieces of hair. This lets the curls hang a lot more easily as well. I work my way from back to front. You'll notice that with each piece of hair, I still bring my fingers through it to make sure that all the hairs are going in the same direction. That makes for better curls. And then at the end of each curl, I'd like to take my finger and wrap it around the curl to make sure that it's picked up all of the heat and all of the wave that it can. One other trick that I've done before is to curl my hair before bed into pretty tight curls, sleep on it, and then I wake up and it's much more wavy. This is really good for early morning flights when you just need to get out of bed and go. For those few pieces around my face, I like to do something a little bit different. You may have noticed that with the bottom half, I didn't curl that piece in front of my ear. I actually like to combine it with some of the hair from the top section to avoid having any sort of extra volume over my ear, which doesn't look good. Also, the hairs around my face I tend to do in smaller pieces, and therefore they curl much, much faster. So because of that, I don't like to do much holding time. I kind of just like to use my flat iron to put them in the right curl in the right direction, and then I let it out. And then I take my fingers and I incorporate those curls together and kind of fold them away from my face. When I'm all finished, I like to use a hairspray and an anti-humidity or anti-frizz spray to keep everything in place.